Hey, good morning. At least it's good morning for me. Maybe good evening for you. Welcome back to Dresdale, our PS4 console build. Thanks for, again, as always, for joining me on the journey here. So today, I think we're going to go over, I'm not sure, we're going to probably build this interchange here. And I had some ideas on how to bring things down into here, but I think I want to discuss kind of like the problem with building a sunken highway in the middle of your city on console. And maybe you have a link or something to kind of help me out in terms of how to build it so people don't make left-hand turns across the road on your 6-lane road coming off the highway. So we're going to go take a look at that. But first, we're going to go ahead and empty our cemetery. We'll go ahead and turn you off, turn you back on. Let's see if you're the one that needs to come out next. 11:55. We had a cemetery in here somewhere, didn't we? Here it is. I said we'll empty you. And then I guess we'll replace whatever you were that burned up. Tent number 3. So come here, tent number 3. Let's get you all fixed up. Like I said, $200 for like $160, or not $160, $1.60 a week or so. Definitely not worth putting in a fire depot yet. Alright, what else I do? Like last night after we left, I turned him off. Let's see if him supplying just these two solely, and also our fish market down the street, is enough to keep these trucks coming back. I don't know. I hope not, but probably they can import fish products from other cities. I'm hoping they can't, so the only supplier is now going to be this guy here, and then now he has to supply 2, and then of course, like I said, the fish market. So then we're going to see more and more trucks kind of come back and stay and drive here and here and down there, and then we'll see if maybe he can supply the whole thing. I didn't realize these guys produce as much, because the problem I think with the fish DLC, let's take a look at it real quick. So it doesn't tell you the production rate. So like when you put down extractors on the industry's DLC, it'll tell you like this produces like 80 barrels of oil, you know, or 40 units of crops, or whatever. So that you can kind of get an idea of like, oh, okay, so this one's like twice as much as this one. Alright, so I don't need, you know, I need half as many, right? I mean, it kind of makes sense. But these, like, ones here, these are like specialized harbors. And I'll see where it tells you, like, okay, this produces twice as much as this one. Or this, you know, maybe, because this is bigger than this one, and these boats look bigger than the one that this one was kicking at, even though this one was like, and it could just be the skin, the fact that this is design. The shellfish versus the anchovy. I don't know if this one, you know, produces less than this one, even though they're both like specialized kind of harbors, versus, you know, the, you know, first one you start off with, which is kind of like the generic, you know, I can pick up every fish kind of one. It doesn't say anywhere. Maybe on PC it does, because I have found out that on PC you do get like considerable amount more detail on some of these assets than you do on console, which is a shame, but it's just the way it is. Maybe you could tell by the number of trucks. This does 10, right? 6. So maybe since this is 10, it's almost double this. But since this guy here has 18, maybe it's like 3 times this, twice this. I mean, that's my best guess so far, and I think I'm going to go with that. So when I put this down, I like quadrupled, no, quintupled, no, it's 5, tripled, you know, my production of whatever was there before, right? So, and then when I put this down, I doubled. So then that's quite a big factor for just the one guy to do. So then we got the two guys here, the 2 Bumblebee tuna can factories here. So, and it does tell you here 80 tons. So does it tell you up here? I didn't see it. No. This tells you, but I guess because I should say I should be like a range, like just like the hydroelectric dam, you know, has like a range, like 0 to 1600 megawatts or whatever. It should have a range. Now, I guess they didn't do like a fixed amount because you have the route efficiency like component to this, so you could, you know, like in theory, just I could cut that route in half and be 50% efficient. And it's going to produce half the amount. So this, but it does have 1440 ton storage maximum. Let's see if I can hit the tooltip. Does it tell you anything? Yeah. This product produces fish. Okay, well, that was not a very good tip. Available Sunset DLC, Harbor DLC. Well, that's not a very good tip. So 1440. What's this one say? 320. Jeez Lord. What does the other one say? Let's just see. We get the money. I want to see. Go right here. We're figuring out Industries DLC today. 320. So you telling me this produces the same amount as this? So that's not true. We'll have to pay more attention when we put down the Industries DLC if it's just we can draw any kind of comparison. Because like the Industries DLC, like I said, the small crop might do like 24 or 48. I can't, you know, I don't have to remember. It's right here. So like, what is the small crop? You know, it says, you know, 48 tons, right? 5 trucks. 80 tons, 8 trucks. So like, you know, the difference. But is like the storage of the unit higher? So like, you know, it just goes 0 to 320 tons. But usually it'll like start like sending stuff out. Like when it hits, at least on the Industries DLC, when it hits 80, it'll get a truck spawn. But then it can keep like extracting. So like if that truck takes a while to come back, well maybe it goes to 80 and of course it builds up. Maybe it goes to like a 80. But it's like this one, like maybe it gets full. When it, you know, when the trucks are all over Timbuktu trying to figure out where they're gonna deliver these fish products. So I don't know. So it's just new. Like I said, I got this over probably last week of December. It was on sale. So I don't have a whole lot of experience with this. This is my second city with the fishery. And the first one, I did it later in the game, and I didn't even use this. I didn't have the shellfish. I had like the, I don't remember, the salmon, I think. And maybe I did have the shellfish, yellow and the pink. I don't know. Maybe I had tuna. And maybe I just kept it. I think I had a couple of these. And I went out and had plopped the fish markets kind of like in all my commercial areas, so maybe I had more of those, so that was helping out. And I had rail pretty close by, so maybe they just drove to the rail station and exported it to the other towns that came back, and I just didn't notice. Or here we don't have rail, so these folks are like, if you click on one of these guys, like right here, if you want to see where they're going, you click on them, you can just go like this. Where are you going, buddy? You're going like to forever land. Who knows where you're going? Like way out there to the left. And you'll buy them whenever come back. Nice knowing you. So we'll see. But I said I turned this off, so maybe now just this guy supplying these two Bumblebee tuna factories. Maybe we'll eat away at that. I just did that. So also I did some contouring here. I guess we can use this tool, this map. That's resource. Kind of tell you what we had. It's made some flattened areas, almost like tiers here that we can build on. And that way it kind of gives you some elevation, some height. But we also have, it's like flat areas as well, so it's not going to be too, so it's not going to be all in all one level of flatness. It's kind of boring. And maybe this will influence some of our road patterns. You know, bring roads in here, like through here. And of course we can always terrain as we go too. If we're like, oh man, we don't got the right number of tiles here, so we'll sneak this in, push this out, do stuff like that. Like I said, it gives us some height different elevation differences, but also some flat terrain to build some bigger stuff on. Maybe we can use one of these tiers, like this tier here, as like our campus down here in the middle of our residential area. You know, put like a couple buildings up here. You know, like the clubs. Kind of put like one of the big buildings here. Maybe come up here. Have like a little roundabout, or maybe just have it come up snake curve here. Put like a little roundabout like this, or you know what I mean, kind of like the where'd it go? Put like one of these guys in here. One of these guys in there. Maybe we'll put that like here. And then have like the big building like here. You know, something like that. A couple labs up here. And then have like houses here, like on this level. High density. And then we can do like, you can do it like in two ways. You can put like the shorter high density if you want to like try to keep your city like looking kind of flat. Shorter high density, taller stuff, so it's like when they both grow, they both grow to the same kind of height. I mean, it's a look. Or you can do like the other way. You know, put like your tall stuff on the top, and it's like really tall. And your smaller stuff on the outsides here. Or we can do something like, well, it's a city, right? So maybe we do this as like the smaller city, and then like this section here is like the not as quite tall, like the European stuff here. And then maybe it gets tall here, like with the self-efficiency stuff, and then it gets like shorter again with just like the other European style stuff. Which can't show you an example because we didn't do a development with the European. It might be European. I want to say it's European suburbia style, but it could be the European style. I forget which one. But when we build it, we'll zone out a tile and see what it looks like, and then we'll know right away, and then we'll change it if we want to change it. All right. So I want to do the inner city bus station. I've been saying that probably for like 5 episodes. So let's like do it this episode. And I want to discuss, I said maybe the next episode we'll build the interchange and come in here, and then I want to discuss maybe this episode, or when we do that, maybe the problems with the console. Maybe you tell me that's not, and with building the Sunken highway versus like a stage 4 roundabout. And we don't have a huge amount of land, so let's see how the roundabout might. Oh, you know, we can get some big roads. Like I'm just thinking, a roundabout's here, then you're gonna have like maybe like a big road that comes down here, around here, continued straight road, hit our residential, you know, like a roundabout. So maybe we'll keep this highway road, and then these other roads here kind of be maybe like the 4-lane road. We could do 4-lane, and have the middle road be a 6-lane that goes to our residential area. Or we can do a highway, two parallel highway roads, and make this like a 6-lane. But see, because we're running out of real estate kind of quickly, believe it or not, on this tile, because we're building lengthwise, not widthwise. Or we just do it like 6-lane and like a 4-lane for like a little stretch, and then like some 2-lane stuff. 2-lane stuff. Same thing over here. Then we kind of have like the roundabout in the middle. And then the road goes through here, and then we can put like, maybe we'll put the park here, because it's got like some height already and some like valleys, and we can exaggerate and change that. So maybe we'll put the park here. Either the park, and that will kind of separate. And that's kind of like in the middle of the tile, so that'll separate our. And then the campus here. So maybe we'll start just like coming up with some ideas and labeling what we want to do. So now we're not going to build the inner city bus hub, because we're going to do this instead. So maybe we'll just put like university here. So we kind of notice that, and we'll put like park maybe here. And then maybe we'll see, because like I said before, after we bought this tile, we don't have access to the harbor yet, because it's like the next tile over. So maybe we'll just purchase this tile so we can expand our commercial area, and then maybe we'll purchase like one of these tiles behind us. I don't know, because they're not like that great. And they're full of poo water. We can fix that by changing our method of wastewater treatment, of not dumping it raw wastewater into the stream, to like maybe doing some purification. I don't know, we'll see, because it's, you know, it's cheap to dump your stuff into the water and just let the next downstream people deal with it. But it's also not very I guess conscientious. Alright, so we'll do that, and that's kind of a start so far. Maybe our residential will be like, you know, here to like here. Maybe we'll do a train station here. I want to do 2 train stations, one here and one here. Maybe we'll do one up here and one here. The train or rail can come right off here, go to like the train station. Then from the train station we can run metro, so we can do the train. I don't know if that comes with the base game. Let's take a look. Oh, on roads, not traffic, not vehicles. It's this one here, metro monorail train hub. And maybe we buy this tile up here. So I think there's rail right there, and we can bring the inner city train into our train station here, our hub. While we're here, this is a little tidbit that I discovered, but maybe I was just wrong, or maybe you guys noticed it's too, with this vehicle here, this hub. Okay, this is a really nice hub. It's really not that expensive, and you get a lot of flexibility with it, so I almost always build these. Not that much bigger footprint than a regular train station, so let's take a look. Maybe we can just plop them down real quick. Raw piece of road. We probably should now see how we get sidetracked. Sorry guys, but I got squirrels in my brain running around on a treadmill. So there we go. So let's look at these real quick. So you got this guy here. He's pretty nice. He looks pretty sleek. You got a train that can come in here. Let's get the cursor. So you got a train that can come in here and dock on whatever side you pick. Train to come in here, dock on that, so you get 2 trains, and then you can have trains coming in here and in here, right? So 4 trains can be on this platform at the same time, and when they do it, it looks pretty cool. That, and you couple that with 4 monorail cars, and it's like, wow, man, that's cool. And then of course underneath, maybe we can see if we go like this. We got the metro. So we can bring in a metro here and a metro here. 2 metro lines. So 2 metro lines, 4 monorail lines, 4 train lines. All for the cost of, the wonderful cost of, I think it was $10.40 a week. Yep, $10.40 a week. Okay, now that's pretty, not bad. That's actually really good, right? So you can have a lot, or you can do this, something like this. You tell me which one's the better option. You can build a train station. Okay, and then you can run 2 trains out of here. I mean, you can run more, but I'm just saying without having to double up on your platform. So, you know, if you're new to this game, I'm going to show you how to utilize, how to run your route so that you can tell this train to be on this platform here. So there's a platform on the right side, and people will go in the station and come out underground. And you can also snap. Okay, just in case people didn't know, you can snap paths to here, and they'll take it. So if you bring a path, you know, from here, you have another road over here, you have a nice bridge with tons of people on it, like I do in my last city. You just, oh geez, to save, it's saving. You can run a path, you know, right up against it. You'll start getting that, you know, red, you can't build on top of it thing, so you pull it back just to snug, and then you'll get a path that'll actually go right to that platform. You can do it all the way along the length of this thing, so however you want to. And then people will walk, and then they'll just go on this platform, they'll go on that little housey looking thing, and they'll walk, and they'll come pop out the other side, and vice versa. They can come off the street here, go into the train station, go on our left side of the platform, or there's, I guess, something inside where they can go underground and come out and be on the right side. Okay, so platforms can go here, you can connect them here, because this is a train station too, so you can connect the platform right here, and then they'll just go on here, and they'll go, I don't know, I guess they go through these central like pillars You see like the elevator door looking things, or big doors. I think if you, I don't know if you go into like one of the modes you actually see them go down the stairs, but anyway, they can go in there, and then they can go inside the building, and they can go up top, or they can go, and then I think there's like a metro one somewhere, but who knows, maybe. And you can see there's doors on both sides, right? So they can go up to that second level, come down, be on this platform. Two platforms here, one here and one here. There's a platform here, so you have 4 platforms. Same thing with the monorail. Here. You can connect the path. Why I say that is because, you know, you might have big windy roads, you might have like, you know, your tram or whatever bringing people to this thing, and then you might have like a bike system where you can just pipe in the bike line right here, and then people just take the bike in, go right in, and then maybe that runs between your blocks. And that's why you have 92% traffic. You know, like I said, I keep saying, hey, we're going to try and get a city with 88 to 92% traffic, 100,000 people. And some people are like, oh man, my traffic's like 60 or 70 with like 10,000 people. I don't even know how you have 93% traffic at 16,000 people. Some people are like, yeah, well, that's how I do in my cities too. So like, stop bragging about it. I'm not bragging, I'm just saying. You know, these kind of things, running like a little bike path, and hooking it up to here, like takes people off the roads, right? Because they want to take the bike instead. And it gets them to the hub, and then they want to take the hub. And then they go everywhere. This hub has 4, 8, 10 lines to 10 different places. Okay, and then now we're talking about the train station, right? It's $960 a week. This is 1040, 10.4 over and out. No, 1040. And it's 1040. Oh, yeah, 1040. So that's what, $40 and $80 more, and you have 2 trains versus 4 trains, 4 monorails, and 2 metro. You're starting to see how much better it is. And then, okay, well, what if the old way I used to do this? Before I see, you might not have it, so you're like, oh, I don't have it though. Let's take a look. Where does it come from? Probably this is probably mass transit DLC. Yes, it is. So mass transit will really make your life easy. Because the old way was to do something like this, right? Or maybe something like, well, if you have monorail, you have mass transit because that's the only thing available. So metro is available in the base game. Urban Savings buses. I don't think anything else is. The mass transit gives you a lot of flexibility. You know, you can put like do something like this. You know, on this side of the road, put a cable car. Do all kinds of cool stuff with these things. I put this right out on this side. Put a different type of road in there, and boom, you have a crosswalk, and now people can take your cable car through your city. The cable cars are cool. And they can go on a little ski lift ride throughout your town, through the buildings. Maybe we'll do something like that. So you can get a lot of things going here. And like I said, that's how you get like 10,000 people going through this thing at one, you know, a week. Okay, this thing. So we just built this thing. This is what you got in the base game, right? Well, this is 960. This is 240. So 40 and 60 is 100. So that means it's $1,000. It's $1,200 versus 1040. And this gives you 2 metro, 2 train. This gives you 4 train, 4 monorail, 2 metro. Okay, so it's much cheaper and much more flexible than this. So that's why we're gonna almost build this, and it's almost the same size. I mean, look how close they are. This is like a little bit, maybe like 1 or 2 tiles narrower. But you kind of get the picture, right? Or you could build like a metro or a monorail, I think I should say. I think it's over here. Yeah, it's over here. Yeah, the road one. Like say you put this on the other side, same deal, right? That's 240. Let's say you had a 4-lane road. Let's say you had this guy here. And now that's 320, I think. Yep, 320. So, I mean, you don't build this like every freaking block. Like, you know, every kind of like main area. So we'll probably put one of these here. Put one of these like somewhere in here. And then that gives us the flexibility, because even if you use just the metro that comes out of here and you don't do anything else, you still come ahead, right? Because this is 240, this is 960, it's 1200 hours. So even if you just run 2 train lines here and 2 metro lines here, and which is the equivalent of this, you're saving $160 a week, because it's 1040. Does that make sense? So that's why we're going to use this. And then of course then in town, you know, in our area, we're going to run, you know, loops in and out. Now we could of course just build this maybe in here and then run, like, say, monorail down into here, or just maybe a train station here to here. So maybe we will do that. Just depends, because, you know, we might want to have something here and bring the rail in here so that we can, you know, get to our campus. Maybe like there's like a you know, neighborhood over here, get that neighborhood, get to the park, maybe come back here, so like if people want from like this part of town want to go to the campus, they can. You know, so I know I do people don't go from residential to residential, but they probably go to the campus, so you could at least, you know, pipes up, you know, if you have something central in here, you can bring like a monorail to here, they come here, and then they take the switch lines at your platform station and run to the campus. They come visit the park, maybe they go to the park and walk through the park and pay some money to connect to the next piece of transit that takes us to here, that takes them into here, instead of having to come all the way down from here, you know, because maybe from here, these people here, this route here to here to here is better than trying to get to like wherever we put one in here, down to here, or maybe it splits it up, so that way, you know, we only need to maybe run like 2 or 3 trains here, 2 or 3 trains here, instead of trying to run 6 trains and they start getting jammed up, even with not having to share the platform. I mean, we'll have to see how it goes, because like I said, it's going to be high density, so we're going to have quite a bit of modes of transportation. And we'll have like tram, kind of like maybe going through here, collecting people to like the different stops, or buses. Alright, so I guess we can destroy this. Hopefully that made sense. Maybe we'll go over it again when we start laying it down on a different video, and I'll label that something else. Alright. Alright. The problem with building the Sunken Highway, you tell me. Alright, we'll just draw like a road, a regular road. Alright, so this is our Sunken Highway, or our highway. Alright. And then we'll do like a road just like this. Do like something like this. So let's go over this. You tell me how to fix this. Alright, so we have a street and a cross street, right? Oh, I didn't even know that was there. Oh, I can't blow it up. Oh yeah, I can. Without blowing up my road, that's true. Stonehenge is gone. Sorry. Well, we have the assets to rebuild it. We can rebuild it. I'm not worried about that. Alright, so let's say this is our interchange. So we'll do like this. We'll do something like this. Do something like that. And we'll make it one of these roads, because it's what it's going to be. Boom, boom, boom. This is how you make a nice, smooth interchange, right? And we'll say that's the wrong way, so we'll kind of keep it this way. Alright, and that's the right way. Because we're on left-hand traffic, I keep saying. So if you're new, well, we're on left-hand traffic, and there's a rhyme and reason to that. We're going to figure that out together. So this car, you know, can kind of come off here, go down here, nice and smooth, boom, boom, perfect world. That's what it does, right? On PC, you click on this node, you change the arrow, and say you can only make a left turn, you know, or go with traffic. Okay, we're going to say with traffic and across traffic, so it's not so confusing. So you can go with traffic here, right? And then these cars are going this way, and of course, in theory, these are bigger lanes, so maybe this is a 4-lane road. So we'll do that. I can't upgrade it because I made that road too big. Oh, it's trying to flip it. It's not going to let me do it. Maybe we'll make it to 2-lane highway. I think it'll let me do that. Oh, it's going the wrong way. Well, that doesn't help because that's not my point. So, geez, Lord, what am I doing? So we'll go back to that. But we'll say we drew a 4-lane road here, and it won't let me because I made it real close, and then it doesn't want to. It can't expand. I don't think, right? Nah, it's like too close. I could probably blow this up, maybe, and then I can redraw it. Let's try that. See how close it is. Like that. I don't know if it's gonna let me snap to it, so I'm too close. You're too close to me, man. You're too close. It's like, I know. I'm sorry. I really am. I didn't plan this out ahead. I'm winging this as we go. See, he's not gonna like making that turn. I can tell you that much right now. So we gotta do. Alright, we'll rebuild it because it's gonna make more sense with the 4-lane road, I think. Because that's what you're gonna connect to anyway. So sorry. Thanks for your patience. I should have planned this out maybe ahead of time, but it is 4 in the morning. So maybe you can cut me a little slack. I just woke up. I haven't had my tea yet, so I'm a little crazy. There we go. Let's do that. And we'll do our little turny thing here. Now this is how you build interchange if you haven't ever did anything before. And that's easy. Just do like that. You can just do like that. Okay. Go back to this. We'll go back to this. And then we'll get our lanes flipped the right way. And we can really look at this thing and figure it out. I'll tell you why console is cool, but then sucks at the same time. Alright, and we don't need traffic lights. I know they need a traffic light because it's an exit only. Okay, so this is our highway. Visualize our 3 lanes, or maybe we go 4-lane here, 2-lane off, 2-lane here, and just imagine for both directions. And then we have a little bridge, or maybe this is sunken in the ground. This comes up to our road height or our level height. Well, this is underground, and then we got like maybe a 4-lane road that we're going to connect to, or a 6-lane road we're going to connect to is going to be our main arterial road off the highway. And that's what it's going to look like, and it takes up a huge amount of space too. But we'll just say that's what we do. Sure. We got land. We can push some more land out if we need to, and we can make it a little bit more compact. I just drew it to exaggerate it. We can make these half lengths and stuff. Okay. So what happens in PC? You use Traffic Manager President Edition. Make this a left-only lane. Imagine, and then make this 1 lane, whatever. Make this, or we could probably do it if we went from 3-lane, 6-lane road to 4-lane road. That would probably actually do the trick. So we'll do it. Boom. That's it. Yep, perfect. And so then these cars are going to get in this dedicated left-hand turn lane and turn, or with traffic turn and turn here, come out. And then we'll say maybe we do something like this. Okay, and then they can kind of like got 2 lanes, 1 lane coming in, 3 lanes, and then we can taper it back down, or we keep it 6-lane, whatever. With the highway, we're going to manipulate the highway. So what's the problem? You want to see the problem? It should be pretty obvious, but if it's not to you, it's okay, because maybe you haven't played this game like I have and yelled at the TV screen and wished and hoped and dreamed you could just change this to a left arrow turn with turn. So what the problem is, these knuckleheads are gonna go here, and they're gonna stretch and break their steering wheel and get on 2 wheels to make this hard turn. They'll do it. Trucks will do it. They'll do it. I mean, if you can get the angle such no, they'll just keep doing it, because you're gonna have another one here, because of course you got 2 directions. You got another road on the highway. Your highway's up here. Well, on the highway you'll be fine, because so this point, this is kind of not what I'm saying. So this is our highway. Yeah, so maybe this is the highway. This is getting on. Whatever it is the case. Let's see, is that gonna work? Yeah, because this could be the highway. Because you have to, this is, so this could be the off-ramp onto the highway, or this could be the off of the highway onto our main road. So say this is onto the main road. So this is the highway. You come off the highway. Of course, on the highway, you're only going, this is one-way roads. But then you come to our main road here, to like going into like the commercial area. And there's cool stuff on both sides, right? Prime directive number 1. Cool stuff on both sides, all sides. And you get here and you say, well, there's cool stuff over here, so I think I'm going to go over here. Because this guy can go over here. You know, you maybe down here you have like a loop that goes like this and comes this way, right? So off of this side, you have kind of this turn, and then maybe down here you have, because you're going, you know, we're still going this way. You have something that's like a trumpet turn. It comes like this. Or maybe it goes up and over like this. And you go up underneath the road, and you come up over here, and maybe you go like a little bridge over to the Sunken highway, and you come down like that. And basically this interchange here, where that gives it. The base game interchange. So it could be something like this, you know, maybe something like that. But the ground's under is sunken, so everything's like on ramps. I said the problem is can't make this arrow just a left only, or with traffic only. So you'll have crazy drivers go here, and it's like, well, you could do something like this. When this solve the problem, man, what are you talking about? Let's do that. And now at least I have people making a left and making go with, and then I have, so then I can space it out. But then the problem still is you're crossing 6 lanes of traffic, or 3 lanes at least. You know, these people going across traffic have to cross 2 lanes, and this is your main road in your commercial area, so it's busy. It's probably really pretty busy. So these people got to cross all this. These people going here. These people going here, and then maybe people even came off the highway from the other side, and they're merging down into here too. So like, there's a lot of traffic. There could be a lot of traffic here. So these people got to wait, and this turn is hard. So they're just like, I don't know. Maybe we can get it to not work. So maybe we try it. Maybe if we get this right angle, this angle here, it'll force them to like. I've seen them do it. They just go around, because what happens is you're gonna have another connection here from the other side of the highway, like this. That's just the problem. That'll make it a little bit easier to see. Come here, Mr. Road. Mr. Road. So you're gonna have like a road like this. You're gonna snap it here too. And now we can go anywhere. So now that little spot is nowhere to be found. So then maybe this is like onto the highway. This is the. And now what's he gonna do? He's gonna come off the highway. He's gonna come up here. And he's gonna say, well, I can go left, I can go right. So I can go down here, cross traffic, and go this way. I can go back on the highway because something, I don't know. I wanted to get off the highway and see the trees that we planted in the little fence we put here. It was cool looking. And go back on the highway. But the problem is, like I said, we don't have the ability to say, you know, with this road, get rid of this arrow, and just all you do is go this way. Like I say, and guarantee that we get 3 lanes here. And the same thing, we can't just make this a straight arrow. If we can just make this straight, because once again, these people aren't supposed to go here, right? This is for these people. These people down here, you know, this is supposed to be mirrored on this side, and these people, in theory, have one that come out this way, you know, and meet up, so they can get this way, and then they have one that comes across, we'll say, goes that way. But we can't do that. So then these people will just go here if they want and cross traffic. These people will go here and here and here and cross traffic. Like I said, this is your busy main road through your commercial area. So it's going to get a little ugly. With the roundabout, like there's only kind of like one way in and one way out of the roundabout, so traffic's always flowing that way. In a sense, at least they're not like necessarily like, yeah. If you build the highway one, like the mega one I was talking about, or stage 4, then it'll function correctly, and you know, people won't cross like the roads like this to try and like go around the roundabout. They'll go in the roundabout, and everything will, like I said, everything will merge correctly. So that's why I built the roundabout version and not some kind of cool looking sunken highway with an interchange like this. Now maybe, like I said, there's a way to do it. Maybe you've built this and you've experienced that, you know, maybe 90% of the time people go this way. Or maybe 70% they go this way, and 20% they go this way, and rarely they go this way. And it's not too bad. Like I said, we're going to put high density commercial in this whole area, so it's going to be a lot of traffic. I mean, maybe we try it. And it's kind of big. This is bigger than the roundabout, like quite far. Like I said, we can maybe shorten these to just half lengths. So maybe it's only half this big. It's a nice smooth curve though, isn't it? It's smooth. And then the train modifications we're going to have to do to get this, you know, this is going to be, say this is underground. And then we put the ramp like this, and then it can ramp up to here. And then we got to come off of here, do the same thing. I don't know, I don't think it's going to work well. Well, I'm kind of considering trying it just to see. Because I never really built one because of this problem on console with this arrow here and this arrow here. We could click on this and have a choice to go straight or straight right. Pick straight. And choice to go left, this, or right. We can pick go left. You know, you hear me, Paradox? Let's make it so I can click on this thing, get rid of that one arrow, get rid of that arrow, and my life will be easy. Like I said, on PC, TMP, you can do that. You can even just like click on the load and draw like an arrow, or like draw like a segment, and you click on the node here. Oh, you actually click, I think, on that. This is like the actual node, and you can do like an arrow, like a line that goes from here to like here, and then get rid of that arrow, and that way people will just go into here, and you can draw a line from here to this lane, and here to this lane, and then people who come in here in this lane have to go into this lane, have to go in this lane, and then at the next node you can kind of like leave it alone, or you can do like arrow up, arrow down, or maybe arrow up, like line up, like where you can do like a line straight up, straight, so that people can like move up this way, and then the next node move down an increment, and then you can like leave the next node alone. That way they're not all like at this node like doing some, like this guy doesn't try to get into this lane, this guy tried to get into this lane, and there's like this big traffic block at this junction. So you like make them like do it in stages, like you can kind of, everyone can kind of like go up, everybody can kind of go down, and then everyone can kind of go up again, and then maybe leave it alone, because that way this guy can go into this lane in the next node, and then he could go back down, or like the person going this way can go back down, and then the following node, this guy could go up into here, this guy could go down like one level, so everyone kind of shift up one level, and he just has to stay straight. And then in the next node everyone can go down, and then in the next node you can like make it like a free-for-all, because like hopefully the person here got into here between this, you know, at this node, and then he stayed in there because the next node is a down node or a left node, and then the next node is a free-for-all, and then he just has to move one lane change. It's an easy swap. And then this person got here or stayed, and then in the next node he went up, and then, you know, you can free-for-all. So he won't probably change lanes at all, because he has the option to change to go down this one in this node, and an option to go up in this node. Now I got into Traffic Manager TMP E, a little bit too heavy there, because you're probably like, well, we can't do it, so why are you talking about it? Because I have dreams and hopes and wishes. I imagine like on PC, and I'm always astounded by on PC that how you have like less than like perfect traffic. I mean less than, you know, say 80% traffic, because you have the ability to change all that. I don't know what they're doing. I mean, I get it on 81 tiles, you might have a lot of traffic, but you can spread things out. I don't know. I've never built on 81 tile or 25 tile So I could see traffic becoming tougher. The more tiles you have, the more people you have. 300, 500,000 people, million people. So maybe that's the problem. But I feel like if you just did stuff like that, it would be like nice and smooth. And then you just have trains go everywhere. Alright, so that was that. I hope that helps. Like I said, if someone knows how to I just deleted it, but how to force those folks to do the proper lanes and not cut across. Yeah, so the short end of the story, it's better to build a roundabout on console because you can't change the arrows, so then people do goofy things and they'll cross traffic to make the turns, and they'll on your big roads that'll just destroy the traffic flow because they can't get out when it's busy, and they do the little inchworm move and they inch out, and then like 4 cars are behind them. They create like this Congo line of cars, and then the cars here start like stopping, and they start stopping, and then they maybe start kind of going, and then it's like this big jam. And you're just like, dude, just go. But he's like, I don't know, I kind of want to go, but I can't. I don't know. There's like other lanes going maybe, and maybe the innermost lanes is stopped. All this one's all stopped altogether. And then when you have like a high volume, it backs up pretty quick. It's into the next intersection, and people can't back out. And then that's where your trucks are coming in and out, and then they can't go back to get out of the freaking cargo station or whatever, and it's a whole mess. And then you can't deliver cargo, and you're like, oh geez, what's going on? So I might just come down here with the stage 4 roundabout, and then we'll bring that road down here. Maybe make it as a 6-lane road, and maybe we'll snake it like here and do like a roundabout here. Then we'll have like off the roundabout, like a main road that goes down here, and that's all. Maybe we just make it like a 3-way roundabout, and it doesn't have to be that big, and that's enough. And then we have the big roundabout here, one that people can go down here. Maybe we won't put a whole lot of stuff here, some office space. Oh, the time's almost up. My alarm just went off. You might be able to hear it, and we didn't even get to build our inner city bus station. We talked about the intersections and the problems with lane mathematics on PlayStation 4 and probably Xbox. Well, I'm kind of visualizing now what we're gonna do. Come off the interchange here. It's a shame we can't flatten this out because it's like they made this hard turn here. If we bought this tile, we could maybe bring the highway straight down and then like this, and then have a nice kind of like straight. It's just like it's gonna come like this. I mean, that's the way it is. I started here. We're gonna build we're gonna contour the land. We're gonna make this just a road. So we're gonna do a ramp that, because what that's gonna do, because we don't really have enough space here to make kind of like long on-off ramps. So because I feel like we might end up hitting in here, and then we're gonna do like some weird things with elevated stuff, and if we can get this maybe flat here, we'll make a nice flat node connection, because every time you make a connection on the road, it wants to make it at a flat location. So like you can't, it's like here is a good example. Maybe even here. So like it always makes like a flat piece, like in this spot. They can't, like this road couldn't continue slanted. You see how it's like flat? It's not like slanted. So the same thing's gonna happen up here. We try to connect up here on this angle. It's gonna like put it like a bend in the highway. Maybe we can even do it. Let's see what it looks like. Come on, buddy. Oh, it's saving. So it's like, nah, you can't do anything. Let's see if it's on the road. So let's say if we put something here. See if it does it. See how they can put like the bend, like a flat bend. I mean, it doesn't look terrible, but like, I don't know. Oh, well, we are gonna probably blow up this part anyway. I just make a ramp. We'll just move the dirt. We'll blow this section up, and we'll just do from here to here like a nice smooth ramp. It'll kind of like feather out here, and that allows to kind of run like a parallel road and then snap to it with no problems. All right. Well, I guess we'll stop recording soon. Say goodbye. I have a plan though. I think talking about that crystallized kind of what we're gonna do with our road system. A big road down here, big road down here, a collector road maybe between the two. Off of here, and then maybe like a big road, kind of like in the on the roundabout this way. Although, and maybe we should build the bridge this way. I don't know. So this way. Well, that's what we'll do next time. We probably will never put our inner city bus station in, and I'll just keep saying we're gonna do it. We just won't do it, and maybe we'll build the interchange next episode here, and maybe the roundabout. All right. Well, thank you very much. Have a great day, and see you then.